All right, my watch list for Tuesday. Loco is on watch. I like that it's above the 8 and the 20-day moving average. And if you switch to, say, 15-minute candles, found nice support the last 2 days right around 23. I think it's up from here. I like this over 23.50 on some volume tomorrow. I think then it'll take out today's high and maybe even come up and revisit this recent high of 25 and with a whole bunch of luck break through it. But I think Loco bottomed at 20 last week. And I like those bottoming tails right here on these last couple days in the support at 23. So looking for Loco long. CLF looks good as a possible long, breaking above about a month's worth of trading on nice volume today. We'll look for some follow through in that one tomorrow. EDAP gave back a lot of its gains on Friday, but then today kind of crept up higher again. I still think that one might give a nice long trade. Didn't do anything with it today. CYTR, after gapping up a few days ago, has pulled in now the last couple days. Well, 3 days, including the gap up day. And time to start looking for a turn back up in that one. TKMR, wow. I had this on watch before that gap up because I liked the chart. I actually traded it on Friday. Wish I'd held it overnight. But anyway, I'm not an overnight holder. And, that way I never get caught in a gap down when I wake up. But on the downside of that, I never get caught in a gap up. Caught's not the right term. I never get the luck of waking up to a gap up either, but that's the way I'm comfortable trading. So anyway, I got to have this on watch tomorrow. Who knows where it could open at 22, could open at 28, so I'm not going to give you a trigger price. Just know that I will be watching that for an intraday setup tomorrow for a long trade. VLCCF. I've never traded this thing before, but I believe it's a shipper, and they have been really strong. And this thing, nice support down here, right above $4. Then it did this really nice pop. Last, let's see, that would have been Thursday, then a red day on Friday, then a little bit of a lower high again today, but I really like it over today's high, over 527. You might just take out all three of these days' highs, so I think that one is worth watching. FireEye had on watch today. I never got a trade in it, even though it did move up nicely. Cybersecurity is in the spotlight right now, so this one may continue. It's already up 3 days in a row, though, so if it does continue, you may want to shift over and try to see if you can catch a trade in CYBR instead. Nice flush down through that 36 support today, only to reverse violently and close all the way at the highs of the day, closing out on nice volume too. So if FireEye continues, and I don't want to chase it on the fourth day, this might be a secondary way to play it. Look for a long in CYBR. JCPenney's I thought was going to maybe roll over and fill this gap, and is holding up really well and now sneaking above recent highs. So want to watch JCPenney for a possible upside breakout. And Best Buy kind of flagging here on the daily. 2 out of the last 3 days had nice up volume too, so I want to watch that. And that is my list. We'll find gappers as well in the morning. Today, real quick, had nice trades in CPXX. I caught a gap play at the open. Called that in the chat room. I'll show you. I called it over the 2-minute high. I like it when a gap up like this on a lower float, lower volume, normally lower volume stock, gaps up and closes red on that opening 2-minute candle. A lot of time, look at that, 180,000 shares. I got on the mic and said, hey, I like this at $3, 280 stop, worst case. And in like 6 minutes, it was at 350. And I met my morning goal in 10 minutes into the session. Everything else I traded was just gravy on top of that. Did get a scalp, believe it or not, long in Twitter, right about here, and sold some here before it came back down and stopped me out. And that was the right thing to do. But I made like an extra 170 on my day just on that little Twitter pop. And another trade, had a trade in TKMR as well. And then some other nice calls that I didn't even get were by one of our members in chat, Steve called Rice down here, or pointed out Rice, and then I gave the idea that I liked it over this 2-minute candle right here. That's one of our intraday reversal patterns. So I called this over this candle, 1642, dime stop, and it went all the way to over 17. Without hitting that dime stop. So that was my call, but I only found it because Steve pointed out, hey, isn't Rice getting that shape we look for? And it certainly was, and that was a beautiful bottoming play there. I keep thinking, Michael N. too called some really nice ones. He called Bed Bath & Beyond short today, BBBY, 74.24 up here, right about here. And the stop, only 30 cents above, never stopped out, and it went down to 73.16 at its best, but was really never underwater after his call. He's pretty good at calling shorts. So there's some highlights from the chat room. I think I took 4 trades total today, none of them red. But one thing I think, if you're a new trader and you're watching this, and I could give you any advice, it is learn to sit in cash. If you're a day trader, swing trader is a whole different mindset. I'm just a day trader. It's all I do. So I would say, do not always have to be in something. I will sit for 3 hours during a trading day if I can't find anything to trade. I will sit and own nothing. All right, dry powder is so important. And then when you have a setup that you love, you can go in it, and you can go in it with size, and then protect your gains once you get a pop. But just protect against your losses and be comfortable being in nothing. Okay. I always make the joke, to teach people really poor English. Don't take a trade unless the setup is so good that you can't not take it, right? And I live by that. So be comfortable not being in anything until you have a really nice setup put in front of you, and that's when you put your money to work. All right, I will quit babbling. We'll talk to you tomorrow.